Alright, we're going to get started. Thank you all for coming this afternoon to the historic Carl G. Mazer building for this exciting event. Today's debate will be between Bruce Friedrich and Bruce Daniel, and will be on the question, is it consistent with the doctrines and teachings of Mormonism for BYU students to eat meat? A bit of a subtext for this will be called the Battle of the Bruces. And just a quick introduction to each of our debaters today. Bruce Friedrich is Vice President of Policy for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, the world's largest animal rights organization. Bruce Friedrich has been the mastermind behind many of PETA's most attention-grabbing campaigns and has coordinated thousands of protests and actions across the globe. His work to champion animal rights, including his famous streak outside Buckingham Palace, when only the words goveg.com painted on his chest and back, has made headlines around the world, including numerous stories in the Wall Street Journal, Los Angeles Times, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and USA Today. Bruce Daniel is a senior at BYU studying bioinformatics. Bruce has been a competitive member of the BYU speech and debate team since his freshman year, serving as president of the organization for the 2008-2009 school year. Bruce currently works for Zag Incorporated as a new products engineer, developing apps for the iPhone and iPad. Bruce will be leaving Provo this summer to work for Apple in Cupertino, California. As these two individuals express their views and respond to one another's arguments, our hope is that you will do more than just nod your head at the arguments you already agree with and dismiss those you disagree with. If you honestly and openly consider the argument for both sides, your own understanding will be deeper and more informed no matter what your final opinion is. And to start off the round, we'll hear from Bruce Friedrich for 10 minutes, and then we'll hear from Bruce Daniel for 10 minutes.
There are half a dozen more seats down here, too. I know the doors are closed, but there are 3, 4, 5, at least 7 seats down here, if it's completely full up there. Oh, and there's a bench, so there's probably like 20 seats down here for people who want to can't find a spot up there. Can we wait just a minute for?
Sure.
Maybe it's before we get started, just apropos of nothing, did people hear that Bill Gates bought the Seattle Times this morning?
No way.
Yeah, he buys it every morning. Some of you are a little slower on the uptake than others. So should BYU students eat meat? Or should BYU students be vegetarians? I'm going to talk about this a little bit from the perspective of my coming around to vegetarianism and to animal rights, and contend that once we go back to Socrates and we take Socrates seriously, that regardless of our ethical paradigm, there is a moral imperative to adopt a vegetarian diet, certainly for people at a college like BYU where you are not wanting for food choices. For me personally, my vegetarianism was a product of my Catholicism, so it does have a faith basis that I'm going to apply also to Mormonism in discussing it. And it is really a philosophy of any religion or no religion. It's basically, I think, applicable to anybody who is striving to lead an ethical life.